beaches, hotels, and more. Best places I've ever been. Starts Sunday at 2, only on Travel Channel.
Welcome back to Exploring the World, a Travel Channel exclusive, and I'm your host, Alan Bornt. And today we're going to be looking at the mountainous country of Switzerland. Take a look.
One of the most beautiful countries in the world, Switzerland has been the dream destination for many tourists for decades. With a population of approximately 7.5 million, it is situated in Central Europe, east of France, north of Italy.
Now, wasn't that gorgeous? I'm here with a Swiss native, Leah. Leah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Great. Can you tell us something about Switzerland that most Americans generally wouldn't know about the country?
I think an interesting fact is definitely that most people speak several languages. We have 4 official languages: French, German, Italian, and Romansh.
Which one is like primary language there in Switzerland?
Most people, I think, would speak German.
Can you tell me something in German? Say, this is a beautiful country. How do you say that in German?
Das ist ein schönes Land.
Das ist ein schönes Land. Did I get that right? Okay. Thank you. Also, Switzerland is a very neutral country. Hasn't been in wars in over 200 years. I think the crime rate is very low. Does that have something to do with the liberal gun laws there in Switzerland?
There are some people that do think there's a relationship, but I personally, and I think the majority of Swiss people, do not believe that it is related. I think the culture is very introverted and kind of not aggressive at all. And then also we have a very good social system, so people that are a little less fortunate are taken very good care of. So there's really no need to commit the crime.
That's interesting. We do have a clip for those of you that don't know about the gun laws. Let's take a look at it right now.
This is a SIG 550. It's designed to destroy anything standing within its 400-meter trajectory. And there are over 500,000 of them kept in Swiss homes. Guns and shooting are a strong Swiss tradition. Basic military training is mandatory for young men, and afterwards they're required to keep their weapon at home.
This was mine when I did service, which is quite an old one. It was introduced in 1957. It was used until 1990. And this is my son's. That's the current model. That's what's being used today. That's what we'll be using to shoot the Feldschießen today.
The Feldschießen, or Tiro Federale in Campagna as it's known in these parts, is an annual Swiss event, and it's also the largest shooting festival in the world. Roughly 200,000 people come out to target practice all across the country. Ammunition is provided by the government.
The target has always been that within 24 to 48 hours, Switzerland could mobilize a pretty large army, I mean, even by European standards.
That's kind of a good form of homeland security, wouldn't you agree?
It is, yeah.
Seeing how the gun laws are so relaxed, I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody really has a problem with that. How does that affect the rest of politics?
Politics in Switzerland are very decentralized, which means every single citizen has a stake in whatever gets voted on, and you get to decide about any single change that will occur. Like, let's say they want to build a new soccer stadium or anything like that, you will get a letter home, and then you get to vote on that.
We actually have a video on this. Let's take a look at it right now.
In a country with direct democracy, people can participate directly in politics. Everyone can help decide how the state, the cantons, and the communities are organized. People can overturn laws made by the parliament by launching a referendum. If they manage to collect 50,000 signatures within 100 days, the bill has to be voted on by the public. The People's Initiative enables citizens to make alterations to the Swiss Constitution. To hold a public vote on an initiative, 100,000 signatures have to be collected within 18 months.
And we're back. You could tell it's raining pretty hard. It's pretty common weather for Switzerland, is it not?
Yeah, especially for the fall.
I as for that political video, it shows like it's pretty free over there. I mean, there's really low government restrictions on anything. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is true, but I believe why it works so well and why we don't need more laws and restrictions is because we have pretty high social pressure in Switzerland.
I'm sorry, I there's something in my throat. Do you have something for me?
Of course I do.
Oh, what is it?
Ricola!
Oh my God. Yes, from Switzerland, of course. And I have. Can you hold this for me? Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to open this bag now with my handy dandy Swiss Army knife. That works pretty good, huh? Well, that pretty much wraps things up here. I guess you could say goodbye in German, and I'll say goodbye in French. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. Au revoir.
Cheers!
Previously on Entrepreneur Survivor.
There are 3 major European clusters that are located in Switzerland. Each one of you will be set up with one of these clusters, and your goal is to help the smallest company in the particular cluster to find a niche market and survive.
I know Switzerland has a very highly competitive market structure, but I'm not worried. I'm used to working in a highly competitive market structure back in the US, and most of my businesses have overcome these obstacles, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm up for the challenge.
I'm looking forward to this challenge because I'm a really persuasive guy. I know Switzerland, compared to the US, has really high uncertainty avoidance, so it's really going to come in handy.
Unfortunately, I have bad news for you, Jeff. You're going to leave us today.
Good luck, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks for working.
I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm a little too aggressive for their passive tendencies. It just didn't work out. I wasn't able to mess with the culture here, but it's time to go back home and get with my own people.
Congratulations on your achievements. Thanks for working with us, and please go back to camp, and I'll see you next week.